Hello guys, in this video I am going to show you how you can use Terraform Cloud. Okay, so I have created an account in Terraform Cloud and it's a pretty simple step. I mean, you can create it by your own. You will just get a confirmation link or your mail from which you have created it, and when you click in that confirmation link, you will, log in, landing into that page. Okay, so let's quickly start from the scratch. It's asking me for organization name. So let's quickly give Sagar Kaushal organization. Okay, and its email address, the same email address from which I have created this account. So I'm going to create this organization. Okay, so it's asking me for creating a new workspace. Okay, so it is giving me some recommendation, or we can say the method from which we can use the Terraform cloud using workspaces. Okay, so it's version control workflow, CI driven workflow, API driven workflow. In this demo, I'm going to show you version control workflow. Okay, so let's quickly click on that workflow. But before that, let's quickly create a GitHub repo in which we will, put our Terraform files. Okay, so I am in my GitHub repo. So let's quickly create a repository. Let's call it Terraform Learning. I'm going to keep it private, but in future I will make it public. Okay, add a README file. Okay, add git ignore. I'm going to give it a Terraform. I'm selecting Terraform. Choose a license. I'm going to select Apache and just create a GitHub repository. Okay, so now my GitHub repository is created. What I will do is I will create some folder inside it. Okay, as we have to discuss three scenarios, so I'll keep all the folders inside that repository only. Okay, so let's clone it first. I have created a folder cloud, Terraform Cloud. So let's quickly clone it. We have nothing here. I'm cloning it. So as you can see, Terraform Cloud Learning is here. I'm going inside it. Okay, I'm going to create three folders here. Let's call it simple, in which I'll show you the first scenario. Okay, let's quickly create simple first. So let's see whether our directory has been created or not. So it's not created yet. So let's keep something in it. Dot main.tf. Okay, here I have to add this file, and I am pushing it. So let's see whether our folder has been created or not. Yeah, see, as you can see, here is the main TF. Okay, so I'm going to use this path for our first scenario. So let's quickly create GitHub. It will be a custom. So it is giving me some setup provider, how we can set up an OAuth, authentication between Terraform Cloud and GitHub. So I'm clicking it. It is showing me that the application would be Sagar Kaushal organization. I am pasting it here. The home page URL is like application description is optional. Let's say Terraform auth, and the callback URL will be this one. I am setting this and I am going to register this application. So it's giving me a client ID. I have to fill it in that tab. I mean, from which we have in the Terraform Cloud page. Let's call it GitHub. Okay, and it's asking me for client secret. So let's quickly create a client secret. So I'm going to copy it and connect them. Okay, I space. Let's showing me error. See, yeah, it's connecting, and I'm going to authorize Sagar Kaushal. Okay, and it's asking me for SSH key. This time I'm not going to give SSH key. I'm going to skip and finish. Okay, so it's my provider is added. So let's go to Workspace, create a new one, version control, GitHub, Terraform Learning. I am selecting. I'm going to give it as it is, advanced, and the directory, Terraform working directory. I'm going to give it here. So simple. Let's quickly create a directory. All the things I am leaving it default. Okay, I'm going to create. So here I have created a workspace. Okay, so now I'm going to add a Terraform files in our GitHub repository. When we upload the Terraform files, automatically it will runs. As you can see here, if I go to general settings, it is using Terraform version 1.0.3. Okay, we can change it also. We can select according to our need, but I'm going to leave it default. Okay, variables, I will mm, put the variables and the environment variables here later. Okay, so let's quickly create an access key and secret access key here. So check. Let's quickly create access key. Mm, let's go to IAM. Here are some users. I'm using Terraform user. Okay, and security credential here. Mm, it has already 2 key pairs. So let's create, or I'll create a user here. If I'm creating new key pair, I'm going to delete this one, deactivate. I'm going to create a secret. Okay, I'll keep it here, access key. Later I will delete that key. Okay, so I have generated access key and secret access key here. Now I have to fill that part in environment variables here. Okay, so I'm going to add variables here. So the environment variable will be AWS access key. I'm going to give it the same description. I'm going to make it sensitive, and the value is this one. I have copied it from AWS console. I'm again going to create a new variable, environment variable. I'm going to give it the same value. Description, I'm going to copy this and I'm going to save the variables. Okay, so this part has been completed. Now what I will do is I have written some Terraform files or scripts. So let's quickly open it in Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to open Terraform Learning here. A simple is there. It's nothing but a main.tf. Okay, so I'm copying all these files. Here I'm going to delete this file and I'm going to paste it here. So it's my scenario 1 files. It's a very simple script. As you can see here, it's a key. I have created a Terraform Cloud key.pem for which I will use it to log in into AWS EC2 server. Okay, AMI, I'm using data block to find a suitable AMI for my EC2 instance. Okay, EC2 instance, I will discuss it about. I will discuss it about. Okay, so here it's install.sh. It will install the HTTP server. Okay, in EC2 instance. The main.tf. Okay, so see, I have shown you that the required version I'm going to use is 1.0. It will take 1.0 and above. Okay, so if I go here and if I go to general, see, it's 103 latest, so it will pick 103 here. Okay, I'm using AWS provider of version 3.0 and the provider is AWS. I am taking the region as a variable. Okay, so let's discuss about security group. So here it's my security group. It's a plain security group Terraform file. It's nothing. It's just allowing 22 port, 80 port, and egress to all outbounds. Okay, and the variables I am defining AWS region as variable and instance type as variable. Okay, and simply ec2.tf is nothing but AMI. It will pick from data source. Instance type, it will pick from the variable. I'm going to give it a count of 1. The key name is Terraform Cloud key. Okay, it is, I have downloaded it from AWS console. User data is install.sh. I have shown you install.sh. It will install httpd on ec2 instance. Okay, and security group ID, I have created a security group. It's the same security group which I have written in this Terraform file. Okay, and the output file is, it will it will give me the output of its public IP and public DNS. Okay, so the main thing here is uh, I have what I have done is I have given the variables, environment variables here, but I have not given the variables of Terraform files which I am using here till yet. So let's quickly give it in Terraform Cloud console. Add variable, I'm going to give it reason and I'm going to give it AP South 1, and the instance type is I'm going to give it t2.micro. Let's quickly save it. Add variable t2.micro. Oops, I'm saving it. Okay, so it's the simple. I just want to show you that how I have stored the state file in remotely in Terraform Cloud. and this Terraform apply command and plan command will run on Terraform Cloud. Terraform Cloud, it will do is it will spin up a Docker container with having Terraform install it and run all the command inside it. Okay, so I'm going to add these files. Let's see. I'm going to increase the font. Let's see whether our file has been pushed to GitHub or not. See, all my files are, I mean, pushed to GitHub. Let's go to the Terraform Cloud. So let's see what what's running in Terraform Cloud. See, it has already run a Terraform plan. Now it's asking me for approval. So I'm going to confirm. So it is going to apply the changes in AWS. Okay, it's like the Terraform apply command. So it will create a virtual machine and a security group. So if I go to my AWS account and go to EC2 instance, see it's in pending state, and if I refresh it, it's still in pending, and now it's in running state. So I haven't run any Terraform command in my local system. I simply just put the Terraform files in GitHub and integrated GitHub with Terraform Cloud. Okay, and I have manually run this script. I mean, run the Terraform apply command. After that, it will ask me for confirmation, and when I have created or when I have give the confirmation, it has created a or apply the command Terraform apply, and it has created the resources in AWS. So if I copy this command, oh sorry, IP and paste here, see this is Terraform Cloud demo. So this cover my first scenario. So second scenario, let's show you something more. Okay, so it's my Terraform. So I'm going to make it uh, where. Okay, so yeah, there. I'm going to show you the state file. So here it's my state file. Uh, it's equivalent to terraform.tf state file. Okay, so this cover my first scenario. Okay, now I'm going to delete it. Okay, leave it. I will delete it later. So the next scenario, I'm going to show you how you can use this state file into another workspace. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is I will create a VPC in one workspace, and using that VPC Terraform state file, I'm going to create a EC2 instance in another workspace. It's like using a remote tf state file. Okay, so let's quickly create a directory networking. Okay, so inside it I'm going to create a VPC. So here is my scenario 2 networking. It's nothing but in this time I'm going to use VPC, I mean a AWS public repository module. Okay, so it's my main.tf. It's the same I have used it earlier. So it's the output. Let's quickly close it and I'll show you the VPC module. So this time I'm using public module. Okay, and I'm going to take version 3.0.0. The name I'm going using variables. Tags I'm going to get department, and the VPC tags all are going, I'm going to give it using variables. Public subnet tags, this, and I'm not going to give this tag using variable. Okay, so and the output file is here. I will get VPC ID, VPC CIDR block, public subnet, availability zone. Okay, and the variable I will show you AWS region, VPC name, CIDR block, availability zone, public subnet. All I am going to give it using variables. See, I have given some example or default values here, but I am not going to use it. I have commented it. All I have commented it. I will show you how you can use it using Terraform console. I mean Terraform Cloud console. You will, I mean, put the values there, and the Terraform apply or the Terraform plan command will use it from Terraform Cloud itself. Okay, so let's copy these files. I'm going to put in main dot, yeah. If I go to networking, the main.tm, it's pretty simple. VPC, it's taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables. This variable I have also used in main.tf. Okay, and output, this will give me the output. So let's quickly commit it and push to GitHub. Let's quickly check the status. Yeah, as you can see, my networking files has been pushed. Now I'm going to create another workspace here. It's let me show you again. I'm going to use version control workflow, the same GitHub auth. Okay, Terraform learning, the same repository I am using. So this time I am going to give it networking. Then copying it and paste it. Advanced option. So it's asking me for Terraform working directory. So here my Terraform working directory will be networking this time. See this directory. Earlier we have used simple. Now this time I'm using networking. Okay. So this time I'm going to use automatic run triggering. This allow me only trigger run when file. I'm not going to use this option. If anything happens in my GitHub repository, it will trigger, but I just want that if in this directory anything changes happen, then it will run that, I mean queue or plan that Terraform files. Okay, the VCS branch I'm going to use it default. I'm going to create. So let's quickly set some variables. The same variables, I have to define it again. AWS access key, make it sensitive. AWS secret access key. Again, I am going to make it sensitive. This time I am having 5 variables. Okay, region, VPC name, CIDR, availability zone, public subnet. Okay, so let's quickly create first of all region. I'm going to give it simple AP South 1. I'm going to save this variable. VPC name is of type string. Let's call VPC demo. I'm going to save it. The third is CIDR value. It's also of type string. I'm going to use the same value which I have mentioned it here. Okay, again availability zone. This time as you can see it's a list of string. Okay, so what I will do is I'll configure HCL HashiCorp. As you can see, HashiCorp configuration language is allowed to you to interpolate values at runtime. So if I am not click that checkbox, it will give me an error. VPC subnet. Okay, so I have defined the variables. So let's quickly change something in my main.tf. Let's quickly comment something and see whether our webhook is working or not. I mean, whenever I push the Terraform files in GitHub, this plan should automatically run. Network main.tf. Okay, I haven't git add. Let's quickly push it. So let's see if this is working or not. I have created a queue plan. It's not working. Don't know why. But it's not the concept which I'm going to show you here, the automatic run. But I'm going to show you here is how you can use the remote Terraform state file from another workspace. So I'm going to confirm it, apply. So let's see if we have how many VPC we have in our current AWS account. I'm in Mumbai region. Okay. So currently I have one default VPC. Now I'm going to apply this change. So as you can see, run confirmed. Let's create. It will show me the outputs. I have defined it in output.tf. So as you can see, I have defined VPC ID, CIDR block, public subnet, and availability zone. As you can see, availability zone, public subnet, CIDR, and VPC ID. And if I go in state file, here you can see the state file. If I copy it into a notepad file, or you can see it here. Okay, so the main thing is I have to use the output from this file. Okay, so how will I use it? So this part, as you can see, if I click here, this part I have to use. Okay, VPC ID, CIDR block, public subnet, availability zone. So let's quickly create another directory. EC2 using remote TF state. Okay, what I'm going to show you here is how you can use the remote TF state file. So let's quickly go to this one. Uh, for this, I have created a data structure group, or you can say a block. Here I have shown you. Let's quickly copy it all that files first in this directory. Okay, so now I am in EC2 remote. It's the plain EC2 instance which I have created earlier, same, but this time the changes here is security group. I have given the VPC here. Earlier we haven't provided the VPC. This time I'm going to create the security group in a dedicated VPC. And EC2. The change here is I have given subnet ID because I want to create the virtual machine in a dedicated VPC. Okay, and this is my security group. I have created it. Mm, okay, so how I use this remote file for using for creating EC2 instance from another workspace. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here is I have created a data block Terraform remote state. I'm creating a VPC, backend is remote, and I'm going to give here the organization name. Let's copy it. Organization name, and the workspace name will be this one. Okay, I'm going to save it and I'm going to push it. adding EC2 remote state files. I'm going to push it. Okay, now let's see if it's pushed or not. Yeah, it's pushed. Now I'm going to create another workspace. Let's call it Terraform Learning. Let's call it EC2 using remote TF state. I'm going to copy it and paste it here, and the Terraform working directory this time is this one. Okay, and I have to create this workspace. So again I have to uh, put all the variables here. Okay, so let's check how many variables I have to put. AWS region and instance type. Only two variables I have to define this. In this repository, or you can say workspace. I'm going to add a variable, I'm going to call it AP South1. Save variables, add variable, t2.micro. Save variable, and again I'm going to give environment variables, access key ID, I'm going to make it sensitive, and secret key. Save variable. Now my variable is defined, my environment variables is defined. There is no state file here. I'm going to queue. It's in pending state. Let's see if it is showing me or give me any error. So this Terraform run is not authorized to read the state of workspace. This one I have intentionally don't give the permission. I just want to show you how you can give the permissions. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to go to workspace, Terraform networking, setting, general, and share with selected workspace, this one. Okay, I'm going to give permission to EC2 using remote TF state. Okay, I have saved the settings. Let's go to workspace, this one, runs, action, start new plan, and manual run. So see, I don't have any in the previous video. I have in the previous workspace I have created a VPC. Now this time I'm going to use this VPC to create a virtual machine, EC2 instances. Currently one Terraform, I mean one instance is running here, and the plan is successful. Now if I confirm and apply, it will Terraform apply command will run in that container. See, it is showing me two resources will be created. One is instant and second one is security group. So let's copy this and see whether it has been created or not. So go to EC2 dashboard. Okay, go to security groups. If I search for this security group, see Terraform Cloud VM security group, it's created. And if I go to VPC, so the VPC is 10.14.00/16, and now it's applied. So let's go to EC2 console and let's see what IP we have used or we have assigned in this virtual machine. So it should be 1014 series. See, 1014 series. So what we have learned in this scenario is how we can use a remote Terraform state file to create, or you can use this as a data source and use in our current configurations. So the VM is up now. Let's go to Terraform console and let's grab it public IP. Quickly refresh this page. See, this is Terraform Cloud demo using remote TF state file. Okay, and the third scenario is pending is how we can publish our private modules to Terraform Cloud. Okay, so how we can send push our self-made modules to Terraform Cloud. For this, I'm going to create a new repository. It is a simple S3 module. Going to give it private and I'm creating this repository. I'm going to create a new directory module. Okay, and I'm cloning this repository here. It's cloned. I'm going to put the module files. Let me show you the module file. It's pretty simple. It's a simple S3 module. The main file is simply it will create a S3 bucket. I have given it a name, bucket name. I am giving it using variables the policies, simple, and the tags. I'm giving it using a variable. I will not define the variable in this I mean in this root directory, or you can say any of the variables files. Okay, so and let me show you the only variables I have given the default value is tags underscore bucket. See, I haven't provided any default value for bucket name. Okay, if because I want the input from that application or the Terraform files which is going to use this module. But for tags, I have given a default empty dictionary, or you can say map. It will take an empty map, because if if the application or the person who is using that module is not going to use the tags, then it's not necessary for us to giving tags to create a S3 bucket, but the name is required. Okay, variables output, it will give me the domain name of the S3. So it's giving me the ARN, the name, the domain, the endpoint. Okay, main output variables. These are the three important files. It will cover, or it will create, it is acting as a module. So I'm going to copy these files here, and I am pasting it here. So if I check git status, it is showing me three files. Okay, so I'm going to git add dot git commit. Let me increase the font size. Git commit -m adding module files. Git push. See, all the files has been pushed. It's main.tf. It's a pretty simple S3 bucket. Okay, output.tf. It will give me the output and the variables. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this as a module in our Terraform Cloud. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to create a new release. Let's call it tag 1.0.0. Release title is be first release of S3 module. I'm going to give the same name, publish. So it's published. Okay, so what we have to do in our Terraform Cloud. See, you can see here the registry. Okay, publish private, the authentic and the uh, we can say the integration of GitHub is already has been done. So I'm going to connect. So as you can see, Terraform Cloud S3 module, and I'm going to publish this module. See, my S3 module is published. It is taking two bucket name and tags underscore bucket. The output is pretty simple: ARN, domain, endpoint, name. And how I'm going to use this module? This is the syntax I have to use in my Terraform files. So let's quickly create. I'm in my previous repository now. I have created simple networking, easy to using remote Terraform state. Now I am going to create another directory S3 using private module. I am okay. So I have written some scripts, Terraform scripts. So it's nothing but the main.df, it's just the provider, okay, and the versions required. The second is var variables. I have defined AWS region S3 bucket name, okay, and S3 bucket tag. I'm going to put it in Terraform console, and default I'm giving it this. This variable I'm not going to put in Terraform console. This variable I'm going to put in Terraform console. Okay, and the S3 is pretty simple. I'm using this as a source, version, name bucket, tag C, the name bucket, name underscore bucket and tag underscore bucket. I have used this as a variable in that module of S3. Okay, I'm going to copy this. So I have, okay, I'm copying this. Okay, it's not copy from here. Let's copy it, and I'm going Terraform module. I have created this. Okay, so what I have to change here is this part, app.terraform. Okay, so this part I have to change. I have changed. The bucket name is, so let's see how, let's copy, I mean save it. Variable is pretty simple, main.tf, output.tf. Let's see if, let's quickly create a workspace now, or we can simply, first of all, push it. It has pushed all the files. Let's check. Repositories, Terraform Learning, S3 using private module, and see 25 seconds ago I have added these files. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another workspace here, 3 workspace. Now I'm going to create another workspace. So version control, same, Terraform Learning. I'm going to give S3 using private module. Give it advanced, and the directory will be S3 private module. Okay, and I'm going to create workspace. Let's quickly check what are the required input parameter. Okay, so variables is region and the bucket name. So let's quickly go configure variables. I'm going to give a variable which is my AWS region. I'm going to give AP South 1. Save variables S3 bucket name. I'm going to give Sagar Kaushal Terraform 101. Okay, it should be unique, so I have given a unique name. I thought it's not been taken yet, so I'm saving this variable. Let's go to S3 service and see if is there any bucket with that name. So if I simply search, or I can search here, so there is no bucket with that name. Okay, so what I'm going to create is add environment variables. So again the same process, access key, I'm going to make it sensitive, save, add variable, secret access key, save variable. Now the variable part has been set, and if I go to registry, I have one S3 module with version 1.0.0, and if I go to our Terraform files, see the version is 1.0.0, the source I have mentioned here. If I click on that, the source is here. Okay, and if I go to organization and queue plan, it's saying me 1 to add, 0 to change. I'm going to confirm, apply. See, bucket ARN, bucket domain, bucket name, and bucket URL, which four things I have defined in module output part. And if I search for this bucket, it should be present over there. And if I search this, okay, I have to refresh it. See, it's created Sagar Kaushal Terraform 101. So this way how we can use or publish our module, private module in registry of Terraform Cloud. Okay, so these are the three scenarios which I want to cover. Now, how we will delete this stuff which we have created. Okay, so let's go to organization. The last part I have created is S3 bucket. So let's go to S3 bucket, setting, destruction and deletion, queue destroy plan. I'm going to give it the same name, and I'm going to delete this. It will ask me for confirmation. It's like Terraform destroy command. You can see here that it's showing me one to destroy. See, one to destroy. It will delete my bucket. I am confirming and destroy. Sorry, confirm. It will delete my S3 bucket. Yes. It is showing me what deleted and it's deleted my bucket. So if I search it, see there is no bucket. It's deleted. Okay, so now I have to delete this workspace. So what I'm going to do is deletion and delete workspace. I have to again give the name of this workspace. Okay, something. Delete workspace and the workspace is deleted. Now uh, I have created networking part in second number. So and the third number I have created Terraform EC2 using remote state. So I'm going to delete this first. It will show me two to destroy because I have created a security group and an EC2 virtual machine using this workspace. See, two to destroy. Confirm. So let's go to our EC2 instance and see if it is going to destroy or not. See, one gone. It's deleting. It's shutting down. So these two has been deleted and it's going to be in terminated state. Okay. So now I'm going to delete this workspace. And now I'm going to delete the networking part. Let's hit to destroy. So if I go to our VPC, Here currently we have two VPC, and if I confirm apply, or we can say destroy, it is going to destroy. So these are the resources which is going to destroy. So if I refresh it, see VPC is deleted. Now I am going to destroy this workspace as well. And finally the first workspace which we have created. Confirm, destroy. Let's see. Now it's started shutting down. It's deleting, and it will delete the security group as well. See, it's terminated, and run conf. It's completed. Now I'm going to delete this workspace as well. Now the workspace is deleted. Now I'm going to delete this registry. You can say delete this one. And again I'm going to disintegrate this Terraform Cloud from my GitHub account. Okay, and I am going to IAM service. I'm going to users. I'm going to Terraform users. Security credential, and I'm going to make inactive again, make inactive, and I'm going to delete this keep here. Oh, sorry, delete this access key and secret key, or you can say so that no one can use this access key and secret key for my account. So I have cleaned up all the things. Okay, so one last thing, I'm going to make the repositories public so that you people can use it. Setting, change visibility, make public. understand. So now this repository is public. If I go to module setting, oops, I haven't changed. Now the repositories are public. These two repositories which I have created in this demo are public. So it's the pretty straight concept. Okay. So hope this video is informative for you. Thank you.